Hello and welcome to suburban Illinois. I am here for a little bit before I go on vacation, and let's just get into this video. So it's been 10 years since I moved to Chicago as of yesterday. Yesterday was August 21st. I'm losing track of days. No, yesterday was August 22nd. See? Losing track of days. So I wanted to go over the 10 things I've learned in the last 10 years since moving to Chicago, and see how much I've grown. So here we go. And these are in no particular order, it's just the way they came to my brain and how I jotted them down. So here we go. Number 1, friends change so very quickly. Some are for a season and some are for a lifetime. And you won't know how long you'll have them in your life until a big moment comes and they're either standing right there beside you or they're nowhere to be found. This one I first realized probably when I was in Texas, going through some really tough stuff. But then again, it became even more real when the friends I had made in Texas weren't there for me in the tough times in Chicago. And it also rings true of those college friends that you had that became family, and have since gone off and done their own thing. And I realized that friends are for a season, but when you feel like family and then they're just immediately gone, it's very tough. I know everybody goes through it in different seasons in their life. It's just something that I've learned in the past 10 years. Moving on to number 2. You can be alone in a crowd. This is one of the reasons that I fell in love with Chicago, but over the past 10 years, I've come to abhor it. I live in a city of 2.7 million people, and yet I feel so alone. Everyone has their own priorities, and they don't care about yours. The reason I fell in love with this when I first visited Chicago is because you could walk down the street and nobody looked at you like you were any different from anybody else. But now I've come to realize that it's because they don't care. They've got their agenda in their mind and they're not going to stop and slow their speed just because of that. Moving on to number 3. The food here is amazing. Expensive depending on the neighborhood, but it's amazing. You can find just about every culture, their food and their hospitality, and you feel like you're in another country in a matter of minutes based on what restaurant you step into. I love the diversity in Chicago. There are people that complain that it's too segregated and too blocked off. To me, there's this fine line between segregation and community. There are people that have migrated here from a lot of different countries, and they find community in those neighborhoods that they can familiarize themselves with. And I am one of those people that will take pride in visiting other people's cultures for the experience, for the gaining of wisdom and knowledge, and you can't take that away. And their food is absolutely delicious. So props to you, Chicago, for some delicious international food. Number 4. Public transit is a blessing and a curse. This one gets me every time. You can get pretty much anywhere that you want to. You just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient with yourself. You gotta be patient with the people on the train or bus. And you gotta be patient with those that are driving the train or bus. There will be delays. There will be detours. And you never know what time you're gonna get somewhere where you need to be. But for me, as a person who relies fully on public transportation, it is a complete blessing, because I can get on a bus and go literally anywhere in the city It may take an hour, but I can get up and go. I don't have to pay $15 for the Uber ride. I can sit back and enjoy the culture that you can experience on a Chicago L or a Chicago bus. And you can get to know people on the train or bus if they let you. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with public transit, for sure. Moving on to number 5. Medical care is top-notch. Nobody knows how to fix me, but they sure try very hard. And it feels great to have a good team behind you. I'm at one of the top hospitals in the States, the #1 hospital in Illinois, and it's crazy to think that they're focused on trying to make me better. I'm a priority to them, so I'm thankful for that. Number 6, thrifting is how I decompress. Okay, so maybe this wasn't true before, or it wasn't true after I moved to Chicago, because I did thrift to decompress before I moved to Chicago, but Chicago has some pretty awesome thrift stores, and they're pretty unique to the neighborhood that they're set in, so you can find either culturally relevant or socioeconomical relevancy inside of those thrift stores, and it's pretty dang amazing. I love them here. Moving on to number 7. This one's kind of a downer, sorry. It hurts to see your family do things without you. I've missed birthdays, I've missed holidays, I've missed road trips, because I live 1,100 miles away. I have 3 adopted brothers who are 14, 11, and 10, and I've missed most of their childhood. Being able to go home 1 to 3 times a year is great, but not feeling like a big sister is not great. So that is something that I wish I could take back, because I do want to be that big sister for them, and I can't, which is really disappointing. Moving on to number 8. Scars show, but they can heal. Physically, emotionally, mentally, those scars are there. But you give them time and care and they can heal. I have a physical scar here where my device is put in. I have a physical scar here from where the lead was attached. I have emotional scars that most people can't see, but they're there and can be shown through certain actions or reactions to other things. Same with mental scars, and if you give them the right time and the right care, they will heal. I'm glad I've been learning that one. Number 9, forgiveness is powerful. Starting with yourself and moving on to others. It frees you from mind games, guilt, and also frees you from the loss of control. This one's the hardest lesson I've learned, and I keep learning it over and over again because it's really easy to hold something against someone else, and it's really hard to forgive yourself. The sense of freedom that comes after that, though, is, for lack of a better word, so freeing. Yeah, there's not enough forgiveness in this world, and I think it's something that more people need to use and wield, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, that was number 9. Number 10, last and final lesson on this list. And by no means is this list exhaustive. But anyway, number 10. Growing takes time. Lessons take time. There have been a few lessons I've had to learn more than once, but that's what I needed. I have to be okay with the mistakes I've made, the friends lost, and the scars acquired. They're all part of my story, and I can't let them go. And that's why I feel like I need to share, because this is all a part of my story. I made it a decade in Chicago. I came here with 7 bags, not a clue what I was going to do here, and I've survived. I graduated with a bachelor's degree. I have a full-time job, and you could not tell me that that was even possible when I hopped on that train in Fort Worth 10 years ago. So it's crazy to see how much growth has happened, not only in my life but in the lives of others that I've seen over the past 10 years. Sure, I've done things that I wish I never did, but there are things in my life that I am so very grateful for because of the lessons that I've learned. And I know this video is long and a little bit sobering, but I just wanted to take the time to reflect over the past 10 years. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you take something from this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below, and I can answer them as I have the time. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!